In this week's Boss Lady, we introduce you to one woman who started a honeybee operation in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Kristy Allen founded the Bee's Knees in 2010. Since then, she's developed a thriving business selling honey and teaching beekeeping.
The Bee's Knees is a local beekeeping organization that is pedal-powered both in honey delivery and honey extraction. We teach intensive beekeeping classes. We rent out our honey house to beekeepers. We sell beekeeping equipment, and we do advocacy and education around bees. Growing up, I really enjoyed swimming and camping and being outside. And then I saw the town change dramatically from, a lot of that open prairie or traditional farms to big box stores or strip malls. I took out a loan and went to China for 3 weeks, and it changed my life. It just opened my eyes to how big the world was. I started working in restaurants and then gradually finished my degree, but it took a while because I was sort of addicted to traveling and I kept taking trips. I felt like I was learning a lot more that way about myself and the world than I was in school. And when I was being educated about bees, someone once said, "You know a real beekeeper because they lean in instead of cower back," right? And I immediately leaned in. I was just the smell, the taste of real honey, and the sound. They're buzzing all the time, and it's very meditative, and you have to be present with bees. And I was like, it's close to Halloween. I should paint my bike like a bee and dress up like one and hand out honey samples. So on Halloween, I did that. I actually started by delivering to people's doors. And in an age of technology where there's always a screen in front of who we're interacting with, I was really thirsty for who's my community, who are these people, let's talk about bees. And it worked. I think the hardest challenge for me was figuring out the model and the financial model. And I mean, as any business owner, that's a perpetual challenge. But your livelihood being dependent upon something that is dying or struggling to survive, it's a pretty big gamble you're taking. Let's see if we can find the queen. She's right there. And you'll see bees following her around. She's got her own little contingent. Bees used to make 100 to 300 pounds of honey per hive, and now they make 40 to 60. And one of the things really impacting bee health is the overuse and misuse of pesticides. They impact the bees' ability to forage. They forget what they're doing, they forget to feed their young, and then the entire colony is in trouble. It's like a washing machine. The centrifugal force pulls the honey out of the comb. There's a filter built inside the machine. So the really huge benefit of this machine is that it filters while you're extracting honey. My role in the company is changing as I get older. I can't be hauling as much honey around on my bicycle. I hope it grows to a point where it can sustain itself and continue to do really good work with community. We have a political environment that is not friendly to the environment. But we as consumers have a ton of power. It's the only power we seem to have right now. And so using it wisely, supporting small businesses, small beekeepers, farmers that are growing food in a sustainable manner. That's number one. So this is this year's harvest. So it's gonna be a little bit different than what he was getting, but it's super delicious and drizzles real nice. Number two is we're not involved in our political system nearly enough. Pick something that really matters to you. Planting flowers is a very simple thing that lots of people can do. Remember, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu.